Hi.
Hey Wendy, do you have time for 70 questions?
Yeah, absolutely. Come on in.
How are you today?
I'm good.
What was the first thing you thought when you woke up this morning?
What was on my to-do list?
What was the first thing on your to-do list?
To sign over 100 letters to thank our donors for their financial contributions last week.
What's your favorite space in the food bank building?
The customer service area where the food comes in and goes back out.
If you weren't CEO, what role would you have at the food bank?
Special event manager.
What's your favorite thing about working at the food bank?
The diversity of the programs and agencies and partnerships in our community that are doing amazing work on the front lines.
Nice. In another life, what dream job would you have?
Producer for the Oprah Winfrey Show.
That's awesome. What's the most commonly donated item?
Cans. Lots and lots of cans.
What is your favorite thing about living in Waterloo region?
That it's still a small town and that somebody knows somebody who knows somebody who grew up here. We're all connected.
What is your favorite part about Kitchener-Waterloo Oktoberfest?
The pancake breakfast.
Do you volunteer with any other organizations?
I do.
Where?
I am on the board of the Chamber of Commerce.
Do you have any kids?
I do. A boy and a girl, but they're adults now.
What's the best parenting advice?
Don't sweat the small stuff.
What legacy do you want to leave?
You know, our kids have really seen what we've done as parents and embraced the importance of community service, and I hope that that will extend for generations in my family.
That's amazing. Where are we right now?
We are in our community engagement room.
What happens in this space?
Magic. This is where food is sorted once we pick it up from grocery stores and special events and community partners, and it gets sorted into all the food categories that our programs need to deliver their services.
How many pounds of food get sorted in here annually?
742,454 pounds.
Is the food bank just non-perishable food?
Nope. We do a lot of frozen and fresh food that you're going to see when we keep walking.
What's your favorite vegetable?
Broccoli.
What's your favorite fruit?
Blueberries.
How many volunteers do you have at the food bank?
We have over 2,000 volunteers who do amazing work in the community for us all year round, but in the building, probably 50 to 100 every week.
What is your favorite food?
Noodles.
Is this the only cooler at the food bank?
This is not the only cooler, but this is the busiest one.
What's your favorite season?
Fall.
Heels or sneakers?
Heels, but I tore my ACL last year, so I've been upping my sneaker game.
Do agencies pick up orders or are they delivered?
Right now, because of COVID, we're trying to deliver as much as we possibly can to make sure staff and volunteers are staying safe, but there are still a few pickups that are happening here.
How many programs does the food bank serve?
There's over 100 community partners in our community food assistance network. Out of this building, we're serving close to 80 of them.
Do people get food assistance directly from the food bank?
No, food assistance happens out in the community with those partner agencies and programs. We're just responsible for the food supplies so that we can make that happen, and then people can access what they need in the neighborhoods where they need it and the services and programs that meet the needs of themselves and their families.
How big is this warehouse?
31,000 square feet.
What's the biggest building you've ever been in?
One World Trade in New York.
Favorite city you've traveled to?
New York.
One thing you can't live without?
Music.
What's the most alarming homeless stat right now?
Since the start of COVID, there's been a 30% increase in new households who have accessed services in our community.
I've noticed the beer boxes. How come there's beer boxes here?
There are beer boxes because they are the right size to put cans in, so they actually don't get too heavy for people to lift. And the beer companies donate them at the end of a marketing campaign. So it really helps with our costs. We don't have to spend a lot of money on extra cardboard boxes.
Do you prefer beer or wine?
Wine.
A night in or a night out?
Before COVID, night in. Now, definitely a night out. Hello.
How big is the freezer?
You could fit 2 school buses in this freezer.
What's your favorite memory from school?
Student council.
Advice for all students right now.
Even though things are virtual and strange and different, get involved. Get involved in your community, get involved in your school. You're going to get much more out of it in school and in life, and have some great stuff on your resume.
What is this map of?
This is Southwestern Ontario, and all of the red dots are the partners that we work with, our food bank partners that we work with throughout Southwestern Ontario that are part of our food bank distribution services program.
Cool. What's the most memorable donation you remember receiving?
Oh, the money we received that we used for the very first truck that I was ever responsible for buying.
Wow. What are the most needed items at the food bank right now?
Oh, pasta sauce, canned fish, and cereal.
Okay. Food donations or financial donations?
Both.
Why are financial donations important?
Financial donations help keep things moving in this building. Heat and hydro and freezers and coolers, equipment, making sure that the food stays safe.
Why are food donations important?
Food donations is what we do. Our responsibility is to provide all of the food, close to 6 million pounds of food, to programs throughout our community.
What's your favorite ethnic food?
Mexican.
What makes a good team at the food bank?
Communication, collaboration, and a whole lot of flexibility.
How long have you worked at the food bank?
21 years.
What's the biggest change you've seen since the food bank opened?
Biggest change, the number of programs we serve, and where they're located in the community, so that we're reaching different neighborhoods and different parts of the community.
Okay. Where are we right now?
This is the Fresh Approaches Food Center.
When was this built?
June 2018 we opened it.
Why was this built?
Because before that we got a shipment of squash that we actually had to dump because we couldn't move it as quickly as we needed to, and this room was created to help preserve products before they hit the end of their life.
How many pounds of food have been sorted here?
More than 100,000, probably about 120,000 pounds of food.
How much has this room reduced food waste?
By a lot. It's been absolutely amazing how we've been able to save things, repackage things. About 30% reduction in our overall food waste. It's been incredible.
Name 5 items you've seen processed in this room.
Well, eggs, chicken, squash, spinach, chickpeas have either been sorted or flash frozen for use later on. And right now they're doing eggs into smaller cartons that are much more manageable for food campers.
That's awesome.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Where can we find recipes from the food bank?
On our website at thefoodbank.ca/food. And our recipes are distributed to our partner programs, and they go into food hampers, and they're accessible to anybody who needs something fresh and new.
That's awesome. Should we head back to your office now?
Yep, we've got to go this way because we're limiting the flow because of COVID to keep everybody safe. Hello. These guys are on the phone helping the House of Friendship do registrations for Christmas hampers, so we're going to be quiet when we walk through.
What's next on today's to-do list?
Some meeting interviews and some thank yous for our members of parliament for all the support from the federal government during the early days of COVID.
Are you excited for Christmas?
Not sure yet.
Excited for New Year's?
Definitely New Year's.
personal goals for 2021?
To travel again with my family.
What's one goal the food bank has for 2021?
To launch our mobile pantry program so that we can increase accessibility to programs in different parts of our community.
First place you want to travel post-COVID?
New York.
Last place you traveled pre-COVID?
I was in Winnipeg doing some work with the development team at the Winnipeg Harvest Food Bank.
One thing you want hungry neighbors in Waterloo region to know?
That we have one of the most innovative food assistance networks in the country, and we are here and ready to meet whatever need families have in our community.
One thing you want sponsors to know?
That we are incredibly grateful for their support, and it allows us to grow and to do better.
One thing you want donors to know?
That their support and their generosity and their gratitude and even just their notes of support during the last few months have just been so incredible and have really kept us going and allowed us to do some really important work in our community.
How can someone get involved with the food bank?
They can go to our website at thefoodbank.ca and look at volunteer opportunities or donation opportunities, and learn a little bit more about the needs in our community and the realities, and maybe come up with some new way to help.
One last question.
Okay,
Door open or closed?
always open.
Thank you.